Hi everyone, my name is Tiffany and this is Growing Up Shaman. Today I wanted to tell a story about the very first time I took a shamanic class. Now this happened about 12 or 13 years ago in Austin, Texas, and there were about 10 people in the class and none of us really knew each other. I think one or two people looked familiar, but everybody else was just brand new. And anyways, when we got to class, our teacher said that we were going to do something called soul tracking. And I remember thinking to myself, soul tracking? Tiffany, what have you gotten yourself into? And then the teacher said, now, Tiffany, you're going to go first. And I was like, what? Okay, let's try. So, so we partnered off, and I did not know my partner at all. This was the first time I had met her, and she was going to be the patient, and I was going to be the practitioner. And her job was just to lay down on her back and to think about doing a task in their mind. And so, and my job was to basically figure out what she was thinking about. And so when she laid down, I remember she didn't even lay on her back. She was on her side. Apparently she was in too much pain to lay on her back. So I just went with it. And I never actually touched her. I just kind of laid hands over her and trying to assess. And I wasn't really getting anything. So I closed my eyes and I just started breathing. And suddenly I heard in my left ear only someone say, rice, so clear. And so I thought to myself, oh, well, she's making rice. So I asked Spirit, is she making rice right now? And I heard very loudly, no. And I was like, well, calm down. There's no need to yell. You know, I can hear you just fine. And so after that, I'd never heard another thing. And I only started to get images. Now, the very first image I got was of a big bowl of rice. And I knew that that's not what she was doing. So it was almost as if I had a channel changer and I was able to just switch a channel on the TV. And I suddenly was in the back, not in the back seat of a car, but in a car, in the front seat. And I was parked on the side and towards the back of an elementary school. And my focus was on this area where the children were going to be coming out. And it was as if I was just waiting to pick up somebody. And then the channel switched again. And suddenly I was standing in front of a door and there was a little boy in this door. He was probably, I don't know, 8 or 9. And he was holding a leash and there was a dog at the end of that leash as though he was about to go out for a walk. And then the channel changed again. And this time I was seeing a very common toy that a lot of toddlers have played with. And it's basically like a pole, and it's got different rings that you just put on the pole of different sizes, and you just put one on top of the other until it gets small at the top. And so when I saw that, I just knew that that was what she was doing, or that's what I thought. So I afterwards I told her of all the things that I had seen, even though I only felt like the very last image was the one that represented what she was thinking about at the time. But I decided to tell her all the other thoughts that I had previously, because that's what we were supposed to be doing. And she was shocked, and I was shocked to hear what she had to say. It turns out that the week prior, she had accidentally cooked way too much rice. And so for days, she had actually been trying to come up with different meals that included rice so that she wouldn't waste all of this rice. And she told me she was even packing rice meals for her kids' friends so that they could take home. That's how much she had. And she said that she had come to this class from out of town, and she had to get one of her friends to pick up her daughter who was in elementary school. And she was really concerned that her friend wasn't going to be able to find her because where she described where she had to pick her up was on the side and towards the back of the school. And it wasn't so cut and dry like in the front or in the back. It was something different. So that had been on her mind as well. And then she said the last person she saw before she left to go to this class was her son, and he was at the door and he was about ready to walk the dog. And she said she was fascinated about the toy that I described because she felt like the number of rings that I saw on the toy correlated with the number of children that she had. Now, this was not something that I felt rang true, but I told her that I had seen like 5 or 6 of these rings, and she said that she had 6 children. And I was like, wow, that's pretty neat. Um, but anyways, I asked her, so what were you doing, during the task? And she said that she had been thinking about walking up a mountain, and I think that's why I got such a strong feeling when it came to that toy, because if you think about it, that toy is shaped kind of like a mountain with different size rings above it, and and the fact that they were just getting stacked on top of each other was like her stepping up the mountain, and it's just a thought that it may not be true, but it's just what I believe. Um, but anyways, that was the very first time that I had to reconcile that what I was experiencing was indeed real and not just all up in my head. Anyways, thanks for listening. If you enjoy stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.